just a note for the video that's coming up. At one point I say church signs when I mean atheist signs, so you can just watch for it, because I don't know how to correct it. Good evening. I have a friend on YouTube who asked his viewers to take pictures of church signs and anything that had to do with church advertising. It was kind of open-ended, and I had so much fun sneaking around. This was about a year ago, taking pictures of all the church advertisements around town. And what it really brought out was that not only is Christianity everywhere in town and it's totally accepted, it's just there, and nobody makes any kind of fuss about it. It's just the contrast between that and if an atheist sign. Remember the first atheist sign that went up and the huge hullabaloo about it? And sometimes we worry that our church signs are kind of tacky looking. I don't think we really need to worry. After you see what's on some of these church signs, and I would like you to also go around town and look around and see what's in your town, just to check it out and become aware of it, because they're funny. So, without further ado, here are the church signs. The baby in the manger came to save you. Do you picture that little baby like jumping out of the little hay bed and running to save you? Little teeny arms. Evolution is just an excuse for people not to get up on Sundays. Well, I really think that the snow outside might have been an excuse for people not to get up on Sundays. We have Jesus Christ Outreach Ministries bringing men and women back to life. But I have somebody on the side who commented something about her looking more like a zombie. What if Unitarians were out there? Have you ever seen Unitarians begging for money? I don't think they'd be really successful somehow. God sends trouble to drive us to himself. Isn't that kind? Isn't that's the way to do it. Tea party group. Ooh, gosh, that sounds like fun. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Somebody pointed out, this is in a store window, and I actually frequent this store because it is our health store, our health food store. And somebody said, well, it sounds like Jesus is a klepto. It's like, keep your eyes on that one. He might take something. And here, I'll show you on the next, here it is, Country Nutrition. You can see it in the window there. Small towns. Ooh, glory. You wonder what's going on in that van. Books and magazines at my office, and on the bulletin board. Give God full custody, not just weekend visits. Kind of sounds creepy after all of the pedophilia in the churches, doesn't it? And in the local theater. This could be the year Jesus returns. Well, I took this in, it looks like 2011, so no, it wasn't. Now this is actually kind of a nice little memorial. I guess some kids went off the bridge here, or went off this area into the water. Except that I don't really like the artificial flowers, but that's not bad. But I am seeing more and more memorials along the highway, and usually they're really, really tacky with tons of plastic things, or you see, stuffed animals that have been soaked in the rain, and it's just getting kind of gross. There's just too many of them. This one's kind of cute, actually. I guess this is Jesus. It says, do good to everyone, speak ill of no one, help the unfortunate, give them a caramel mocha. That's what it's like. These two look combined almost. Cozy up to joy. Originally, I thought this was the religious one, but then I realized they're actually unrelated. This is McDonald's. Just a real pretty thing. I actually like this. This is at a hospital right near my home, and I love these things because they're like big, huge play objects. One church, one voice. They're more and more trying to get all the churches to come together to have more strength. And it says, in order to combat the forces of evil. Blessing of the animals. In this town, we also have Christians who take fishing trips and try to convert people on fishing trips, hunting trips and hunting banquets, and we even have blessing of the horses. Oh, look, Mitt must have been in our town. Somebody gave one of my attorneys this little calling card, and he gave it to me. Wasn't that nice? These signs are all over the place. This was a local play, and I guess in rehearsal, this guy beat this guy. I think they said they lost count at 120 lashes. They were just really getting into it. This was a pamphlet I found on my front door. I guess they found me promoting blood and gore and sin and lustfulness by our religion. This is a receipt from a shop in a nearby town that has a lot of Amish people. You can see I bought some tomatoes and got a Bible quote on my receipt. Know Jesus or get ready to take the heat forever. Gray areas usually begin in gray matter. In other words, don't think, because then you might have to question your thoughts and spend time on an issue. This one's hard to see. It says Pre-K High School Youth Revival. I think those pre-Ks need to be born again already, don't you? Jesus Christ has been the realtor at this house for about 2 years now, and it still hasn't sold. This is an ad, and at the very bottom it says, the Parthenon was a Christian church longer than it was a pagan temple. So they're having a festival, but they want them to know that they really own this Greek stuff with their Christianity, which I find really amusing because who built the Parthenon? It was the Greeks. Who were up in the pediments here? The Greek gods and goddesses. This is totally pagan. Yes, it was used for various things. It was used for storage for gunpowder at one point, which I think exploded and caused a lot of that damage that you see. But the Christian church, yes, they did own it for a long period of time. They destroyed some of the statues and removed items like gold from the statues. So I don't think they have any room to brag here. Or at least, I mean, they could brag but not try to own the thing. This one I just took the other day. We have this huge billboard in our town. God bless us all. I wish God would do something about these gas prices. And finally, this was one of my favorites at Christmas time. Now, this cow is up all year long in these people's properties, but at Christmas, they bring out an armless Joseph and Mary and have baby Jesus, and you would have to really see this in person. You would be cracking up, because this cow is actually really, really long and looks huge compared to the people, and the cow is like right over baby Jesus, as if it's going to be drooling on top of baby Jesus. And I don't know, it's just, to me, it's really amusing, but I couldn't get close enough to get a really good shot because it's on a person's property. And I saw this one the other day. It takes a lot of faith to be an atheist. It's so funny that Christians keep using faith, the word that they hang on to because they don't have facts, and they try to use it against atheists. They try to use it like it's a bad thing. Of course, we make conclusions based on evidence, and we use trust based on prior experiences. So it's just, I don't know. I kind of wanted to go in, but then I'm kind of glad I didn't.